Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. To authors and invited guests, welcome to Technical Session 5P. Myself, Ishita Sauryan, and this session will be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Scholastic LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 9th International Conference on Information Communication Technology for Competitive Strategies, ICTCS 2024, Jaipur, India. The ninth edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held yesterday in Jaipur, India, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and tomorrow, that is 20th and 21st of December 2024. I hope you will all enjoy the knowledgeable interactive sessions through the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for question and answer. On 7 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any query or update, you can write it to me in the chat box. Just before we start the session, I would like to introduce you all to the chair for this session. We have with us Dr. Nitin Sakhare, who is currently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Engineering at Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology, Pune. He has published over 30 research articles in reputed journals indexed in SCIE, Web of Science, and Scopus. Additionally, he has authored more than 100 books. His research interests include data science, machine learning, computer networking, and Internet of Things. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Ishita. Thank you so much for kind introduction.
Thank you, sir. We'll be proceeding with our paper presenters. Like to invite our first paper presenter for the session, Priyank Kapadia, with the paper titled Agile Driven Innovation in Streaming Services, Netflix's Strategic Benefits from Agile Amalgamation. So if you're ready, then you may start with the presentation.
Yes, please start. Yeah. Good afternoon, respected dignitaries, organizers, and fellow participants of the 9th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Competitive Strategies. I deeply honored to present our case study titled Agile Driven Innovation in Streaming Services, Netflix Strategic Benefit from Agile Amalgamation. I am Priyank Kapadia and I am here representing a collaborative effort by my co-authors and myself. So the agenda of this is introduction, model comparison, comparative insights, Netflix Agile framework, strategic benefits of Agile at Netflix, challenges faced by Netflix and country. So the world of software development has witnessed an evolutionary shift. Traditional models such as waterfall, characterized by linear progression and rigid structures, often structured to keep up with dynamic market requirements, they lead to inefficiencies, delays, and an inability to adapt quickly. So, in contrast, Agile framework prioritize iterative development, collaboration, and adaptability, making them perfect fit for today's fast-paced business environment. Uh, this framework breaks down complex tasks into manageable increment and enabling continuous delivery of values. From this table, you can see that we have more benefits using agile model. So now this is the best example is Netflix. Netflix is a shining example of Agile's potential as a leader in streaming industry. It has seamlessly aligned its organizational goals with Agile principles to foster rapid innovation and maintain its market domination. So Netflix Agile framework implements it. The implement of Agile framework is unique. It doesn't strictly adhere to one Agile methodology, but instead uses sophisticated hybrid approach. This amalgamation integrates Scrum, Kanban, and Lean practices. So small cross-functional teams known as squad and operate autonomously is called Scrum elements. In Kanban practices, workflows are visualized using Kanban boards, which track progress through stages like backlog, in progress, review, and done. And in lean principles, emphasis is placed on minimizing waste, optimizing processes, and delivering high quality outputs. So this is the structure. In this structure, squads are grouped into product areas, cluster of teams working on interconnected features. This organization ensures alignment and collaboration among teams while preserving their autonomy. From a technical standpoint, Netflix employs a microservice architecture combined with CI/CD pipeline which stands for continuous integration and continuous delivery. This enables independent development and scaling of features, ensuring that updates are rolled out smoothly without disrupting user interface. So, strategic benefit of Agile at Netflix. In Netflix, adoption of Agile provides significant strategic advantages. First, the accelerated time to market. Netflix can respond swiftly to viewers' preference and market trends, maintaining its competitive edge in an industry that thrives on speed. So, another benefit is high quality deliveries. Using CI/CD pipelines that ensures the reliability of new feature, reducing post-deployment issue, and enhancing user satisfaction. Netflix culture of freedom and responsibility fosters autonomy, creativity, and accountability among employees, and boosting engagement and morals. And Agile empowers Netflix to pioneer new ideas and technologies, setting benchmark for streaming industries. So these are the benefits of uh, Agile uh, used by Netflix. Now, despite its success, Netflix faces challenges in its Agile journey. So, ensuring alignment with overachieving company goals is critical to avoid inconsistencies. As Netflix expands worldwide, preserving its culture of freedom and responsibility across diverse regions poses a challenge. And we, in terms of data privacy and security, managing vast amount of user data requires robust security measures to prevent breaches. In navigating global growth, licensing deals, regional regulation, and cultural preference must be carefully managed. Intense competitive in intense competition, the streaming industry is saturated with competitors, necessitating constant innovation to retain and grow its subscriber base. So these are the also challenges faced by Netflix by using agile model. So in conclusion, agile methodology has been instrumental in Netflix's journey to becoming a global leader in streaming services. By adopting the hybrid agile framework, Netflix has enhanced operational efficiency, accelerated innovation, and delivered custom-centric solution consistency. As a takeaway, we recommend our organizations aspiring to similar success to embrace a hybrid agile approach, foster a culture of autonomy and accountability, invest in scalable technologies, prioritize continuous feedback, and promote cross-functional collaboration. So before I conclude, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to my co-authors, mentors, and for this invaluable guidance throughout this research. And I am deeply thankful to KD Patel Department of Technology, CSPIT Charseth, by providing resource and support. And I will thank to organizer of ICTCS for this opportunity. And thank you. And now I welcome your thoughts, feedback, and questions if you have.
Okay, so Priyank, with this agile approach, will the overall business operational cost of the Netflix will how much it will increase? Is there any drastic change that will happen? Like, what is your thought on it?
Yes, sir. Using waterfall approach to agile approach, it gives us a smooth flow, so that so Netflix has incremented their profit. So that's why the Netflix has a leader in this streaming services. So Agile is now giving this type of benefits to Netflix.
So, will the operational cost of the Netflix will increase?
uh, Operational cost will be not operational cost will not be increased. We are only changing our software process model. So shifting to another model, from one model to another model will cause some cost.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll be proceeding with the next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter Raina Sheni with the paper titled Blockchain-Powered Enhanced Traceability of Agricultural Products. Ma'am, if you're ready, then you may start with your presentation.
Okay, I hope I'm audible to everyone. Uh,
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all. I am happy to welcome you all to my presentation at ICTCS 2024. Myself, Rayana Seni, and I am an MCA graduate from Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. I am publishing this paper with Mrs. Geetha Lakshmi, Assistant Professor at Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. In this paper, we have presented on how the usage of blockchain in the field of agriculture can increase traceability and trust among the supply chain stakeholders. So these are all the contents I'm going to cover in this presentation. Okay. So we already know that modern supply chain management systems are highly advanced. Even though it leverages advanced technologies to create more integrated, agile, and efficient supply chain, there are some of the aspects which shows that there is a lack of transparency and inefficiency in agricultural supply chain management system. In some cases, each party in the supply chain usually uses their own systems to manage its own set of supply chain data. This makes it difficult to share the information seamlessly across the supply chain, and stakeholders may face challenges in verifying the authenticity and integrity of the data, which leads to mistrust. In our system, we leverage Hyperledger Fabric to enable end-to-end traceability, tracking the product right from the cultivation stage to delivering the products to the consumers. So while conducting the research, we found some of the challenges in agricultural SCM, like lack of transparency, food safety issue, no profit for farmers, involvement of middlemen. So imagine a farmer working hard to grow crops, but much of the profits goes to the middleman. At the same time, customers worry whether their food is safe or truly organic. So these issues highlight a lack of transparency in supply chain. Integrating blockchain technology provides a direct connection between farmers and consumers, which cut down the middleman cost. Also, it provides a trustworthy record of the product journey. So now that we understand the challenges, let's focus on how our solution tackles these problems and achieve our objectives. To tackle the involvement of middlemen, we enable end-to-end traceability, directly connecting farmers and consumers. To address food safety concerns, we provide transparency into how the products are handled and branded as organic. Okay. So in our system, the blockchain is hosted by the government authority, making it semi-centralized. The proposed system has 5 modules, which are provenance tracking, brand certification, banking, insurance, and data sharing. The different organizations which are participating in the system are certification authority, farmers, government authority, researchers, and consumers. Okay, so the system flow starts with the farmer registering into the system. The government authority then verifies and grants access to the farmers. The farmers periodically uploads the crop details and cultivation techniques used from sowing seeds till harvesting, and then uploads products for sales. And then the farmer requests for product verification and certification. Based on on-site verification, the brand certification authority will certify the product as organic. This certification details will be uploaded into IPFS, and this certification link will be sent to the farmers, which is also attached with the product details, so that the customers can view the certificate and buy the products, and customers can give feedbacks on the products. We have two other modules, which are insurance service and data sharing. In insurance service, if there is a crop failure due to some disasters, the farmers can claim insurance amount from the insurance company through a government authority. Here in data sharing, researchers are given access to crop data so that they can analyze the trends in growth, yield, and productivity to identify patterns and develop more effective farming practices. So let's get into the implementation part. So as you can see, the blockchain architecture has 5 organizations, 2 channels, and an orderer. Each organization has 2 peer nodes, a certification authority, and a ledger. So here, farmer branding certification, government authority will be sharing one channel, and the second channel will be shared among every authority organizations except branding certification. So that means each channels will have separate ledger. As you can see here, the ledger L2 will be shared only among farmer branding certification and government authority. For storing the data, CouchDB is used to store and retrieve data locally, and IPFS is used to store the certification details. Further, Docker is used to run each of these components like peers, orderers, CA, and ledger in its own isolated containers. As for the results, since we use the private blockchain, there is no transaction cost. And it also ensures only authorized members can join the network. Since there is no transaction cost, it makes the blockchain even more efficient. The modular design of HLF allows us to customize components easily, tailoring the systems to specific agricultural needs. And the sensitive data shared between the organization remains private to outsiders by using multiple channels and maintaining confidentiality in the supply chain. However, this resource intensive nature of blockchain is yet to be explored. Now that we have seen the results, let's look at how this system can evolve. Looking ahead, we see opportunities to enhance the system by integrating IoT devices. These can automate the collection of farm data, reducing manual intervention and human error. We can also incorporate RFID technology for better tracking and tracing of the food products. And lastly, the scalability and interoperability of blockchain system needs further exploration to expand this solution to larger network. To summarize, our system expands agricultural traceability by incorporating organic certification and detailed product tracking. By leveraging blockchain's transparency and immutability, we build trust across the supply chain, which reduces the middleman costs and improve farmer incomes. So this work demonstrates how blockchain can transform agriculture, paving the way for more transparent and efficient supply chain management systems. Thank you.
Yeah. So any remark on overall infrastructural cost of this framework?
Actually, this whole framework was resource intensive. Like we know that blockchain transactions requires a lot of cryptographic operations, so it demanded a lot of demands significant CPU power. Also, we know HLF has this endorsement policies which involve multiple nodes executing the chain code, so which gave rise to this demand in CPU power. Even though the modular design is flexible, it introduces additional layers like peers, orderers, CA for each and every organization, which consumes many resources.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Yep. Ishita, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Moving to the next paper presenter, Hanel, with the paper titled Doc App, a web-based doctor's appointment system. So if you're ready, then you may start with the presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think my voice is clear.
Yeah, sir, you're audible.
And see. Sure. I think my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. Mm, Good afternoon, all dignitaries and the member of ICTCS 2024 and the participants who are present in this session. My name is Anil Manguke, and today I am presenting our project called DocApp, a web-based doctor appointment system. These are the authors of the paper: Kabir Mota, myself, and Nishat Sheikh, Om Mehta, Jalpesh Vas, and Bimal Patel. And our presentation ID is 166. So imagine you want to book an appointment, but the process is too slow, inconvenient, and inefficient. So to solve that problem, we created a doc app, which is a web-based, user-friendly platform to book a doctor's appointment. So this is the outline that I will discuss during the presentation, including introduction, motivation, objective, literature review, proposed solution, system design, algorithm workflow, system outcome, conclusion, future work, and references. So as I mentioned earlier, the traditional healthcare appointment system are inefficient because of long waiting time and manual processes cause delays. So to overcome the problems like long waiting times and appointment delays or accessibility of the doctors, our doc app is a digital platform that connects patient and doctors seamlessly. And our goal is to simplify the healthcare for both doctors and patients. And our project goal is to build a user-friendly platform which allow patients to book an appointment easily, enable doctors to manage schedule. Our system ensure data security and confidentiality, provide timely notifications for appointment. So to make a back system, we done a small literature survey where we see the currently existing system. So here are the references. First one is the Arthur Hamilton 3 and Suresh Shankar Narayan. So similarity between their system and our system is emphasizing automation to reduce scheduling conflicts and improve efficiency. Where the difference is their system focuses on intelligent agents, lack of user-friendly design aspects. Another is SangX, UP, and ENJ that supports reducing waiting times to better workflow efficiency and highlights the accessibility issues for a diverse user, which DocApp improves. Then Dipti Ameta, Kalpana Mudaliar, and Palak Patel that highlights the value of notification which DocApp integrates to reminders and focus on the mobile. Their system focus on the mobile apps while DocApp is a web-based. Then the Rashmi and Nibalkar and RF Fadnavis inspire search functionality, enable location-specific result in DocApp, but their system limited to hospital search, whereas DocApp offers more features. And the last, the Jagannath Agav, Smita Sonvan, and Himanshu Pamalani, that reinforces the importance of real-time system reflected in Doc app's booking process and focus on wearable sensor which Doc app doesn't utilize. So the proposed solution is DocApp provide a user-friendly web-based solution which enable efficient appointment scheduling with mentioned features like a user registration where user can register themselves, appointment booking where patient can book the appointment. If a new doctor want to be part of our system, then there is a features called apply for a doctor. Also, patient and doctor can manage their profile. We have a notification feature. We have admin panel who can manage all the things. Also user have a update profile feature and list of appointment for doctors and patients, and there is a logout functionality. So for system architecture, our front end is designed using React.js. Our backend uses Node.js with Express.js for APIs. And for database, we use MongoDB for storing and managing the data. Our system is a three-tier architecture. First is a user interface layer, interaction for patients, doctors, and admins. Business logic layer, appointments management, notification, and authentication. And the data management layer, data storage and retrieval. So this is the algorithm. Our system consists of three panels. First is user panel, doctor panel, and admin panel. So for the user panel, user can register and log in, and then he or she can access homepage. If user want to be part of our system or he want to apply for a doctor, then he can go for apply for a doctor, fill the form, and wait the response from the admin side. And if a patient want to book an appointment, then select the doctor, schedule an appointment, and wait the response from the admin side. And if when they will accept the application, they will get a notification and log out. For the doctor panel, doctor can log in, and to the home page. The doctor can see the notification for new appointment. He has an option to approve or reject. And also, doctor can see the list of appointment. For the admin side, admin can log in, and admin has a list of all users. He can manage the users. He has options to block the user. And for the list of doctor, admin receive the notification that that person is applied for a doctor. He has option that approve the application or reject the application. So here are the system outcomes. First figure is represent the registration page where user can register. Second is the login page, and the third one is the home page where user can see the list of doctors and access other features using sidebar. Fourth one is a booking page where user can check availability of the doctor and book appointment by choosing time and date. Figure 5 is user can see all the appointment with the status rejected or approved. Figure 6 is a apply doctor page where a doctor want to be part of our system. Then you can apply for a doctor with his or expertise and other required details. Figure 7 is notification page for admin with mark all read features. Figure 8 is a doctor's lead page. Admin can see all the list of doctor and admin can reject the doctor. Also, all user page from admin side where admin can see all users and admin can block these users. And the last, the manage profile page where user can manage and update their profile. So in the conclusion, this project leverages technology and revolutionized the healthcare appointment system by saving time for patients, reducing manual workload for doctors, and ensure efficient healthcare management system. These are the future work that we will implement in our system. First one is integration of telemedicine. We will add a video consultant and provide options for sharing medical resources like a prescription and all. Multi-language and accessibility features. Third one is a patient's health management integration. We will track the patient's history for better understanding and medicine recommendation, which will useful to doctor and the feedback and rating system. So here are the references. Thank you. Any questions?
No questions from my side.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. We will be proceeding with the next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter, just a second. Our next paper presenter, Balam Keshwari, with the paper title Exploring Gender, Power Dynamics and Wellbeing in Digital Age for Reimagining Cyberfeminism. Ma'am, if you're ready, then you may start with the presentation. Ma'am Balam Keshwari.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. As you can see, my title, that is Exploring Gender, Power, Dynamics, and Well-Being in the Digital Age for Reimagining Cyberfeminism. Talking about the introduction, this whole paper is about how in today's digital world, gender and power dynamics play a major role in shaping how people experience as well. This study looks at how online spaces like social media either challenge or reinforce these dynamics using framework of cyberfeminism. Cyberfeminism explores how digital platforms can empower or marginalize different gender identities. The goal is to understand how these spaces affect people's mental health, safety, and digital literacy and offer solutions to make them more inclusive. The objectives which are discussed in the paper are to investigate intersections between gender, power, and well-being in online environments, to examine online harassment, empowerment strategies, and psychological impacts on different genders, and to redefine cyberfeminism to promote inclusivity and resilience in digital spaces. The methodology that has been used is a mixed method approach. This means I have combined statistical analysis of online behavior with interviews to get a deeper understanding of personal experiences. The study uses three key theories. The first one is cyberfeminism, which focuses on how technology affects gender roles. The second one is post-structuralist feminism, which looks at how gender identity is fluid and is shaped by power structures. And the third one is intersectionality, which examines how race, class, and other identities intersect with gender in digital spaces. The questions that has been addressed in this paper are: how do digital spaces challenge both challenge and reinforce traditional power structures? What are the gender disparities in online harassment and how do they affect well-being? How can a redefined cyber-feminism framework address contemporary digital inequalities? And what are the psychological impacts of digital spaces on marginalized communities? Talking about the gender representation in digital spaces, uh, in this slide, if you can see, the digital spaces are the places where people can express their gender identity, whether that's male, female, non-binary, or fluid. But the online world still often reinforces traditional gender roles. Online harassment is a major problem, especially for women and LGBTQI plus individuals. This marginalizes people and stops them from fully participating in digital spaces. The internet offers an opportunity for people to express diverse gender identities, including non-binary and fluid identities. However, many platforms still operate within a binary framework, which limits their true self-expressions. The second one is the reinforcement of stereotypes or the online harassment that goes on. It discusses on the uh, how, despite the progress and the traditional gender roles are often reinforced in this online spaces, and women, which are stereotypical roles, are literally uh, made to force them to stay in those limits, and the empowerment and the participation in these areas, especially if we see gaming or tech communities, uh, though it has come up to a level, but not that operational fully. Talking about the media representation, the way genders are represented in digital platform or the media, including advertising, video games, and social platform, can perpetuate harmful norms. This impacts not only just online interactions, but also offline attitudes towards gender. The larger digital platform holds centralized power, making decisions about the content that is seen, who gets amplified and who gets silenced. There is also, which we all know, that the algorithmic bias, where AI systems affect the real world gender and the racial biases. For example, like some AI systems favor male applications in job recruitment, which was a very much high evident during the Amazon recruitment, which was a highlight of the 2023 year. Decentralizing this power by involving more voices, especially marginalized one, can help to create a more online equal environment. Controlled by these major platforms, the most popular online spaces are controlled by a small number of large corporations like Facebook, Google, and Twitter. Twitter, which is called now to be X. These companies decide what contents gets visibility, which users gets banned or restricted, which can perpetuate power imbalances. Shadow banning and content moderation is very important. This reflects a power imbalance in which certain voices are amplified and certain voices are ignored. The blockchain bias social networks provide a potential solution by giving users more control. However, these alternatives are not yet mainstream and there are still challenges in making them accessible and inequitable. AI and automated decision making is one of the most reinforces biases, which is now in trend. The risk is that AI trained or based biased data can replicate the same inequalities that exist in the society. Talking about the main, that is the well-being and technology. Digital spaces can improve well-being, but they can also harm, and particularly through online harassment. Studies shows how online harassments are leading to anxiety, depressions, and withdrawal from digital spaces. This can limit their ability to engage meaningfully in online communities. Digital spaces are double-edged sword. They can be a places of empowerment where people find support, but they also expose youth to harms, particularly in anonymous or unregulated environments. Teaching people how to navigate digital environments safely, especially in recognizing online manipulation, cyberbullying, and misinformation, can greatly enhance their well being. This is especially important for vulnerable groups who may not have the tools to protect themselves. These are some examples of the real world uh, uh, technology, like how gender, power, and technology has played a major role. The first one is the Gamergate and the online harassment. Me Too movement, which we all know, which had taken a big toll on the society. Algorithmic bias is in the hiring tools. COVID-19 and the digital divide. The key contributions are the unique focus on gender power and well-being, how these three are emerging in this paper has been shown. Exploration of both empowerment and the operation, which highlights the dual role of the digital spaces, where they serve as platform for both empowerment and perpetuation of inequalities. And the last one, to redefine the main purpose is to how this cyber feminist framework that addresses complexities of gender, power, and technology in this modern digital world. In conclusion, cyberfeminism must evolve to tackle new challenges in digital spaces such as online harassment, algorithmic bias, and power inequalities. Further research should focus on breaking down these rigid gender norms, promoting digital literacy, and developing ethical AI that considers all gender identities and experiences. We need to push for policies and ensure digital safety, especially mental health support and equitable access to technology for everyone, especially marginalized communities. By addressing these challenges, we can create more inclusive support online environment for all genders. Thank you. Any questions?
So how the cyber laws will be taken care in all this work?
If we talk about cyber feminism, it is all about how through technology, because we all know small, like from very minor to the major causes that has happened in the society, we are unaware about especially the cyber rules and regulations. This should how we are talking about in this paper. We'll be talking about what are the vulnerable groups and how they need to get informed first, and especially because sometimes even like you and me, when there is a cyber crime that has happened to us, or normal that cyber bullying that has happened to us in a family, people tend to hide us, and that affects the mental health. Or normal, if I say like phone pay or Google Pay, from there any scam has happened, we have no idea when whom to operate, whom to call. So these small regulations, what are the rules that the government has been given to us? What are the implementation that needs to take place? What are the education system that has to be taken right now into the education system? So these are the topics we have addressed in this paper.
And anything for children?
Yes, sir. Children, especially, it will start from a very young age. From the school level, we have started. We have taken interviews because we have seen so many, especially now the teenage, not even teenage, sir. We have seen the students from class 2 to 3. They have started. They have Instagram ID. They say that the parents are using it, but it is not that. They are into Instagram. They are into no more TikToks, but into those reels and YouTube shorts and all. They are into this, and that is how it is affecting uh, their child using filters. They know exactly right now who is fair, who is dark. So these are the terms which are affecting them from the childhood, and how their mindset has to be changed with the help of the education system. We are trying to help in that, sir.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We will be proceeding with the next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter Martina David with the paper titled Implications of Word Embeddings on Corpus-Based Machine Translation. Ma'am, if you're ready, then you may start with the presentation.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay, ma'am. I hope the screen is visible as well.
Just a second. Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay. So greetings to one and all present here. Myself, Martina David, and I'm here to present implications of word embeddings on corpus-based machine translation. Just a minute. These are the topics we are going to discuss throughout the presentation. Moving on to abstract. The paper describes the methodology of a corpus-based machine translation system using word embeddings for English and Hindi language pair. We are using the parallel corpus developed at Banasthali Vidyapeeth and trained a word-to-vec model on it. We have created a vector database for the corpus, which has cross-lingual word vectors. These are used in searching and matching the source sentence and finally translating it into the target text. The evaluation is done through standard machine translation evaluation matrices, which has given us a satisfactory result. Now moving towards introduction, how it started and how it's going through. So translation initially started with word-to-word translation from source to target language. But with gradual improvement in the field, it started creating links between words, which would give us a meaningful result for the same. And this was first non-numeric application of digital computer. But after World War II, when digital computers were commercially available in the market and a lot of people were using it, then it came with the abundance of data in the century. And language is the only efficient way of communication through which can reach out people even in their regional languages. So since 1990, there has been an unstoppable advancement in natural language processing. Word by word conversion was done, but the more applicable solution would be identifying the source word and its position and occurrence in the target sentence. And later, the corpus used to get analyzed for the occurrence of words and its positioning through statistical language model. This is basically we have been talking about that initially it was word by word translation where a source statement is given and exact target statement is converted, which is not grammatically correct. But later on, with gradual improvement, we have come across to this situation that when an input is given in a source language, even the target language is correct as per grammar and syntax and syntax. Later, we moved towards the context-based machine translation, which was an effective technique because a decoder was used which has the knowledge of strings and past translation. And this was meant to be a quick translation because of the past translation noting down and various type of translation were also there using quality, time and heuristics. Rule-based machine translation. As the name suggests, the rules were made through humans according to their knowledge and expertise. The advantage of this translation was that it was syntactically and semantically correct as per the knowledge and experience of humans. And the linked data resources provide translation rules for words and phrases at the time of decoding. Next was cross-lingual word embeddings, where data in the method needs to align in cross-lingual architecture, and the cross-lingual data set has to be of a fixed size because the evaluation was done on the basis of cosine similarity. Moving forward, we came with bilingual encoders, which were working on two word pairs, that is positive and negative. So here the translation would have been bilingual also and multilingual as well. So decoding was to identify the source text and re-encoding was to convert the decoding text in the target language. So here in this procedure, decoding needs a deep learning of the source language. And again, a format of rules was stored in the rules files and meaning and grammar were identified with the help of lexical analyzation or tokenization. They were working on three rules, that is equality, synonym, and antonym rules. Then came the aggregation approach, which was said to be the most accurate one amongst all. Why? Because they were taking the sum of sentence ranking. In each step, the score was calculated, creating a score matrix. And there they used a steadiness method to combine all the translation. And the highest one was taken into consideration. So this was all about how it started and how it moved on. And now I'm going to talk about the proposed methodology on which we are working. We explored the use of word embeddings in possible translation of text from English to Hindi. A lot of word embedding approaches are already available in the open domain. That is Google Word to Vec, Meta's Fast Text, Stanford's Glove embeddings, and Ellen Institute Elmo's embedding. For this, we have used a parallel corpus developed at Banasthali in recent years. The corpus is converted into vectors. So when an input is given, it is converted into vector embeddings and a similarity search is performed. A similar vector is extracted and ranked. One with the highest rank is selected and the parallel target vector is also extracted. Next, the target vector is converted into natural language, and thus we get the target translation. We have trained our vector embedding models using popular toolkits such as word embeddings. Word embeddings are dense vector representations because they capture semantic relationships between words. They represent word in a vector space where similar words have similar vector embeddings. So instead of manually specifying these embeddings, we could train them from a large corpus of text using machine learning. So the process of this is as follows. It is divided into two parts, data preprocessing and model building. In data preprocessing, we have taken a Banastali corpus, normalized the text and tokenized the same. Further, we have removed the stop words from the corpus. Model building, we have trained the models for both English and Hindi using fast text. And the approaches used are continuous bag of word approach and a trigram approach, which works on context target context formation, where the context words helps in prediction of the target words. Here the example which we have taken is Banasthali Vidyapeeth is a university of a woman. So the statement contains 7 words. Banasthali Vidyapeeth is a university of women, which is broken into trigrams. That is why 7x3 is written on the screen. This is given to artificial neural network for training. And once the model is trained, we are going to use it in our example-based machine translation approach. Evaluation. We have evaluated the developed machine translation using bilingual evaluation understudy, which is BLEU, which is a precision oriented
me,
using
ma'am.
harmonic. Yes, ma'am.
I'm really sorry to disturb you, but I'd like to remind you of the time limit.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Which is a precision oriented using harmonic mean to compare the machine output with reference translation, and character level F score, which is a combination of precision and recall. So we have developed the model using 500 sentences taken from online sites and human translated them into Hindi, and the same is given to machine translation, and then both are compared, and these are the scores which we have got. So as per the conclusion, we have described the methodology of a corpus-based machine translation system using word embeddings, using a parallel corpus developed at Banasthali Vidyapeeth, which had cross-lingual word vectors. These are used in searching and matching the source sentence and finally converting it into the target text. The evaluation is done through bilingual evaluation understudy and character level F score, and the scores are visible to you on your screen, which are satisfactory as per the results. Thank you so much.
So is there any particular reason on using cosine similarity measure?
Sir, there is no such specification, but with cosine similarity, we are getting some more appropriate results. That is why we moved forward towards cosine similarity.
Okay, and for removing stop words, what approach you used?
The tokenization,
Tokenized.
lexical analysis.
Yes. Okay. All right. Ishita, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We'll be proceeding with the next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter J. Parmar with the paper titled Natural Language Processing in Email Spam Filtering, a Comparative Study. So if you're ready, then you may start with the presentation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Wait a minute. Hello everyone, my name is Jay Parmar and I'm a student of Thammasat University, and my topic is natural language processing in email spam filtering, and my paper ID is ICTCS 161. All these contents are which will be a cover into these presentations. Introduction. As we know, email remains a primary communication channels in digital worlds, which connect the individual persons in professional life or in a personal life. However, the increasing the volume of email usage can be may lead to the problem of spam emails. So advanced spam detection is very important. So our research aims to categorize the emails as spam or harm using the NLP methods, machine learning, and the deep learning models. Several studies was being done by the using the various NLP methods for the email spam classifications. Shalom et al. Conduct one study on email spam classification using the NLP methods like bag of words and the deep learning methods. Well, Gauss and Senthirajam used the machine learning models like decision tree, support vector machine, and ensemble methods. Well, Jens Martino used deep learning models for the email spam classification. We used three methodology for the email spam classification. First one is the count factorization. Here you can see the two mails. Let's take the mail number one. We iterate over the mails and take the each unique words from that mail and make the matrix of this, which is called as a bag of words. Now, from we iterate over the mail and collect the each individual words and count how many times that word will be appeared into that mail. Let's take your word will be appeared two times. Other word will be appeared two times. Then so on. We fill that matrix. Once the matrix is created, then we load that data and pass to our machine learning models and get the prediction. The second method is TF-IDF vectorization. In above method, the value of matrix is very high, which is a very hard in a computational and which take a long time. So we use the TF-IDF vectorization. We firstly created the bag of words by collecting the unique words. But in this, by using this formula, TF-IDF equal to TF into log inverse TF. The TF means terms of frequency. Terms of frequency is a ratio of the number of unique words will be appeared into the mail, into the particular mail, divided by the total number of mails. And by using that, we make a matrix. Here you can see that the value of matrix of each entry is very small. So it is easy to compute and take the small time. Then we load the data, pass through our classification models and get the accurate prediction. Third one is the FastText. The FastText is the latest technology. So here you can see the mail. Your Amazon order has been shipped. We apply the some pre-processing. We remove the stop word from this, and we get the pre-processed mail. Then once the pre-processed mail is then we divide the each words by the n gram characters. We take n equal to 3, so we divide the each word by the 3. Then suppose take your word will be divided into the divided by the 3 n gram characters. Then the word character will be a word will be a space y o u a word you are space, and we perform for all the words and we get the one matrices, and then we pass to our simple RNN and deep learning models. And in this we do not care about the what is the output. We does not use any output, but we are care about the what is we take the weight which is associated with the output layers, and we collect all the weights and make the matrices of this, and we load that data and apply and pass through our classification models and get the accurate results. We achieve 97% accuracy in fast text models, 96% in TF IDF vectorization using the random forest, and 94% accuracy in count vectorization using multinomial naive-bayes classifier. Challenges and future work. NLP based spam classification encounters the various challenges. We know that there are the various language that contain maybe a technical jargons, different slangs, and the misspelling. So it is difficult to classify. And our model can be confused if our ratio of harm and spam mail is not equal to, and it will be a give the answer which have the higher ratio. And there is a no such work has been done by the using the BERT and GPT's model on email spam classification. So we can use the BERT's and GPT's model for the email spam classification as a future work. And in the conclusion, this study explores the email classification through the machine learning models and the NLP technique. In short, NLP technique convert the emails in a numeric words into the numeric numbers, vectors, and it passed to the our machine learning models and the deep learning models. By using that, we can easily classify the any mail as a spam or harm, and we get the accurate result. Thank you.
So have you done any performance analysis of all the algorithms? And if yes, which parameters are used for comparative analysis?
Sir, yes, we used for the count factorization. We used n-gram character in which we divide the words into the different characters. So it can be a small. It will be easy for the classifier.
And for spam filtering, what was your data set and which parameters were present in your data set?
Um, Sir, we have 500 total mails, 250 of harm emails, and the 250 of spam emails. And we apply the we use the Sparsy library for the stop words removals. And by using, we get the small email.
Okay, all right. Ishita, over to you.
Thank you, sir. We will be proceeding with the next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter Bhimsen with the paper titled Real-Time Air Quality Measurement System using ESP32. So if you're ready, then you may start with the presentation.
Very good afternoon, sir and ma'am. Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
First of all, thank you for this opportunity. Today, I'm happy to present my project on the real-time air quality measurement system. Now, I will share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
First of all, this project mainly addresses a growing concern in today's world, the deteriorating quality of the air we breathe with the air pollution, which is becoming a significant threat to the public health. So this project addresses and creates the awareness and taking the proactive measures. Mainly, this project focuses on the sustainable development goals like 3 and 5. What are the sustainable goals 3 and 5? SDGs 3 is good health and well-being, and SDGs 11 is a sustainable cities and communities. These are some images of like air pollution in industries and in roads. This is the statistics. The objectives of these projects are accurate and timely measurements, identification of pollutants, and continuous monitoring. And user-friendly interface for the system must be user-friendly interface and alert system. These are some literature survey which I did for this project. Mainly, it is an embedded system project. The required components for this project are ESP32 microcontroller and MQ135 sensors for detection of carbon dioxide gas, and MQ7 sensor for detection of carbon monoxide, and MQ2 for detection of smoke, the DHT11, which is a temperature sensor and humidity sensor, and LCD display, which is a I2C LCD display for display purpose, and Neo 6M GPS chipset for GPS. This will shows the block diagram of the proposed framework. The working of the project is we have taken 4 sensors. It is a system we will put in like in industries and in the polluted area where will continuously monitors the air. If the air is good, we have set some threshold. This is the air quality index. Like for the carbon dioxide and NOx, the average ppm must be 0 to 400 ppm, and moderate must be 400 to 2000, and the hazardous is 2000, above 2000 parts per million above. For the smoke and carbon monoxide gas, 0 to 9 parts per million and 200 to 1200. For moderate, 150 to 200 parts per million, 1200 to 2000 parts per million, and for the hazardous gas, it is 200 parts above 200 ppm and above 2000 ppm. These are some sensor ranges like MQ2, which is a gas sensor which detects the LPG, methane, and hydrogen, alcohol, and smoke. The range is about 300 ppm to 10,000 parts per million. And MQ135, which is an air quality sensor, which detects the gas like NH3 and NOx, benzene and CO2 and smoke. Its range is about 10 parts per million to 1000 ppm for pollutants like NH3 and benzene, etc. DH11, which is another sensor, temperature and humidity sensor. Its range is around 0 degrees centigrade to 50 degrees centigrade. The algorithm for this project is connection of the circuit and check the MQ2 sensor data. If it is greater than the threshold, the signal will send to the ESP32. The data is in the analog data in the ESP32 controller, which is having inbuilt successive approximation rate 12-bit ADCs, which converts the analog data into digital data. After converting the digital data, it will measure the threshold. If it crosses threshold, it will display on the LCD display, and it will also provide the GPS location where the system is integrated. Like next time, as the same MQ2 sensor of MQ135 sensors and MQ7 sensor, if it is greater than the threshold, the signals will send to the controller, and all this information is displayed on the LCD, like what is the temperature, if and what is the smokes. All this information is also accessible by the Blink IoT app. And now I will show the results, which is it is the hardware setup what we have built for this. Like it is integrated with the smoke sensor and carbon dioxide sensor, carbon monoxide sensor, temperature and humidity sensor, which is a DHT11 sensor. It is an LCD display and GPS tracker. It is the Blink IoT app results. Like it will show in the mobile or laptop or in the tablet. We can access it from anywhere. It is a circuit diagram of the project. Thank you.
So whatever data you have collected, have you stored it anywhere, and have you done any analysis on it?
Sir, actually, we have collected the data in like in some industries and some in the road where we have the polluted air. After taking that data, it will convert it into whole process, sir.
No, have you stored and analyzed it?
Not particularly stored, sir, but we have analyzed it, sir, only.
Okay. And overall, like with all these data that you have collected about different types of readings, sensors, CO2 and all that, so like where you want to take your application to?
Like in industries where there is like hazardous gases and in the roadside area where too much pollution is there, where it causes too much air pollution. And mainly in some industries like gas industries where so much of gas leakage will happen. This application will help in that sector, sir.
Okay, all right. Ishita, over to you.
Thank you, sir. We'll be proceeding with the next paper presenter.
Thank you.
I'd like to invite paper presenter Manush Shah with the paper titled Trojan Horse Chronicles, a comprehensive study on historical perspectives, modern attacks, and machine learning defenses.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. I am delighted to be here at the 9th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Competitive Strategies. So, today I will be presenting my research titled Trojan Horse Chronicles, a study on historical perspective, modern attacks, and machine learning defenses. So, first of all, let's begin with some context. So, do you all know where the term Trojan horse originates? So, basically, it is originated from a Greek mythology where a deceptive wooden horse was used to infiltrate the city of Troy. So, in cybersecurity, the analogy is relevant. Here, the horse symbolizes a seemingly legitimate program, while the soldiers represent the malicious component that are concealed within it. So, this provides the foundation for understanding that how the Trojan horse malware operates and what are its harmfulness. So, now we will move to the purpose of the project. So, Trojan horse attacks have become increasingly frequent and sophisticated. So, it is making them a growing threat. Traditional detection methods, such as signature based techniques, often fall short in dealing with some modern malware. That's why this project has been developed. So, they are fast but ineffective against some new or modified threat, especially zero day attacks. So, this limitation leaves the system vulnerable as traditional approach failed to adapt quickly enough to these modern approaches. So this is where machine learning comes into the picture. So by analyzing behavioral patterns and adapting to new variant in real-time ML algorithms like ADA boost classifier, random forest, and gradient boosting, we offer the powerful defense. So unlike static method, this system evolved, making them indispensable in combating modern cyber security challenges. So now we will move to the objectives of this project. So with this understanding, the primary objective of our research are first, that is develop robust machine learning models for detecting Trojan horse malware. Second one is comparing classifier to identify which one is the best performing algorithm and which provide the highest accuracy. And some classifiers are AdaBoost, Random Forest, and Decision Tree. As we can see that AdaBoost is provides 100% accuracy, while Random Forest delivers 99.47% accuracy. The decision tree is effective, but it is not as accurate as the methods like AdaBoost. And the third one is the address detection technique. So in address detection, there are some software like PCs and mobile device, and the hardware devices such as microprocessor and the circuits, and the cloud environment, especially the virtual network. So by achieving this all objective, we aim to bridge the gap left by the traditional method and provide a more adaptive solution for malware detection. The next slide is the literature review. So our research builds upon a wealth of existing studies. So we reviewed paper highlighting the evolution of malware detection methods and limitation of traditional approaches. And this study also demonstrated the potential of machine learning, particularly in adapting to dynamic nature of malware. So here are the references that we have taken and the technique and algorithm used. And we also noticed that many studies focused on software based attacks and only fewer explored hardware trojans or cloud specific threats. So now we will see what are the different type of Trojan horse malware. So there are numerous type of Trojan horse malware, each targeting system in their unique ways. For example, some Trojans masquerade as antivirus software, while other exploit vulnerabilities in hardware or cloud environments. So first, here is the data sending Trojans. So they use keyloggers to extract the sensitive information like password. The another one is remote access, in which the attackers gain the whole access of your system. The other one is the destructive trojans that totally destroy your system and it eligibles them for illegal activities. The another one is FTP trojans, and the last one is DOS trojans, in which they flood the services and you are not able to access, and the full form stands for denial of services. So this is the slide of development methodology. It shows the whole flowchart of our starting from the data collection, pre-processing to feature selection and the model evaluation. So now let's discuss about the result. So as we classified that AdaBoost emerged as the best performer, achieving 100% accuracy while also being the fastest. Random Forest was highly accurate as well with 99.47% success, but it required more computational resources. And Decision Tree, though effective, it lagged behind the Ansible methods in both accuracy and adaptability. So now we will talk about the attack of Trojan horse. So how exactly do they infiltrate the system? So they employ deceptive techniques to trick users into granting access. For instance, fake pop-ups often lure users into downloading some malicious software. Similarly, some Trojans disguise themselves as the legitimate program and they exploit the user trust. So this deceptive nature underscores the importance of behavioral based detection method. So unlike the traditional signature based technique that rely on predefined pattern, we use behavioral based method that analyze the action of the program and that enable them to detect even unknown threats. So now we will talk about the key takeaways. So first one, as we talk the behavioral based detection, it was powered by the machine learning approach. So another one, the next one is just a second. Among the models, AdaBoss emerged as the best performing classifier, as we all know, and the versatility of machine learning allows us to address the threats across software, hardware, and cloud environment, and this provides a universal solution. So, in conclusion, I would like to say that our research emphasizes mainly on the need for innovative solution to combat the ever evolving landscape of cyber threat. And machine learning is not just an alternative, but it is also a necessity for modern cyber security. So, I hope this presentation has provided valuable insights into the role of machine learning in combating Trojan horse malware. Thank you for your time and attention.
What type of data set you have used for Trojan horse to
So,
analyze Trojan?
actually, we took the data from Kaggle dataset, and there were few parameters that we shown, that is a source and destination port, the forwarded packet, and the packet length and the timestamp. Also, we use the AdaBoss classifier.
Which classifier performed best?
AdaBoss classifier, it provides the 100% accuracy.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have two absentees for the session, Samuel and Vaishnavi. If you're here, then you may connect and present your presentation. We do not have them, so this brings us to the closing of the session. I sincerely thank our authors for the excellent presentations and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for your support during this 9th version and all the previous 8 versions of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the 10th version in 2025. All the presenters will be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Further all the papers have been already forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICTCS 2024. I'd also like to thank our session chair, Dr. Nitin Sakhare, a token 2 chair on behalf of the whole team, ICTCS 2024 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation. Thank you for your valuable presence, sir.
Thank you, Ishita.
Just before we end the session, I'd like to request everyone to turn on the cameras for a quick snapshot of the virtual conference. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe and take care.